At least he obtained his master's and a first degree before he jackpot to acquire PhD at the University of Newcastle. You see, we've seen exceptional scholars here. Adagmodo is here. Oluwaranti is here. Afolabi is here. The man, a number of architects, the director of capital project. I can recognize all of you. Dr. Bola, is it that young lady that you introduced? Lawan. See, when you have highly cerebral people and you breed people, it's the best way to do. I want to rejoice with the entire and engineering, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I want to rejoice with the Faculty of Technology, which has produced, and I want to rejoice with my younger brother, MC, Dr. I want to rejoice with all of us. If I've missed your name, Professor Ayoka, I hope I mentioned your name. So I should not do that. All internal and external members of council, members of Senate, great students of Obafemi Awolowo University. This is the beginning of greatness for Obafemi Awolowo University. I thank you for this opportunity and privilege to deliver my good message. May Obafemi Awolowo University continue to soar to the greatest, and the greatest heights. Thank you.
Ọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ tí mo bá bàbá sọ, àṣírí mi bò lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ nígbà gbogbo. Orin táyé bá ṣe fún wọn á máa fi sílẹ̀ mú. Àìbólúwa ṣòwò ká máa jèrè.
Thank you very much, the Pro-Chancellor, Chairman, Governing Council of Obafemi Awolowo University. The DJ was about to take us somewhere else just now and hijack this event, but I heard we will dance, but not yet, because I saw lounge and garden. I wonder how easy it will be for us to let loose there under the peering eyes of our guys. But once we are not working, we are not working. I will invite for goodwill messages the representative of the Association of African Universities. The Secretary General is supposed to be here, Professor Olushola Oyewole. While unavoidably absent, he is well represented by Mrs. Millicent Ajay, who I will now invite to give a brief goodwill message.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Distinguished Pro-Chancellor, distinguished Vice-Chancellor, Deputy VCs, Center Leader. I would have loved to stand on the existing protocols, but I think the Deputy Center Leader already stood on it. So I will sit on the existing protocols and then welcome you all. I bring you warm regards from the Secretary General of the Association of African Universities, Professor Olushola Oyewole, and the Senior Program Manager for the ACE Impact Program, who both would have loved to be here today and have very deep value for today's program, but due to prior commitments, they are unable to be here. And I'm here to deliver their goodwill message to you all. It is an honor to be here today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the African Center of Excellence, OAU ICT-driven Park Knowledge, a shining beacon of innovation, excellence, and impactful research. This milestone represents not only the achievement of a single center, but then the achievements of the 53 other centers of excellence that are striving for sustainable development through higher education and research excellence. Recognizing the gaps and innovation in African higher education, the World Bank, in close collaboration with African governments, came together to initiate the Africa Higher Education Centers of Excellence project in 2014, with the collective mission of strengthening the capacity of African universities to deliver high quality world-class training and conduct research aimed at solving regional developmental challenges. The project has made significant strides in priority fields such as STEM, agric, health, and producing skilled graduates and innovative solutions that address the continent's development needs. And over the decade, the OAU ICT-driven Park has exemplified the program's mission, communication technology, fostering public-private partnerships, and equipping students with skills to compete in a rapidly evolving digital economy. The center's contribution resonates far beyond the boundaries of this institution. I know that through Oak Park's groundbreaking innovations, a broader narrative of what African centers of learning can achieve has been inspired. The Knowledge Park has provided solutions to local and regional challenges, from advancing digital inclusion to supporting technological startups, thereby creating jobs and fostering economic growth. Uniquely, the center has made commendable strides in establishing the state-of-the-art design studio laboratory, among other very great accomplishments I'm sure the center leader would be introducing us to today. As we reflect on the achievements of the past decade, we must also look ahead. The challenges of Africa faces today is in line with research gaps as well as innovation gaps, and the demand for robust solutions driven by research and innovation. The OAU ICT-driven Park Knowledge, along with its 53 peer centers of excellence, is uniquely positioned to lead these efforts by building on the successes of the past, embracing collaboration and fostering innovation. The next decade holds an even greater promise for impactful contributions. I would like to acknowledge the exemplary and visionary leadership of the Center Director, Professor Aderomo, and of course the university management led by the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor for holding the university or holding up this center for the past decade, and also being the torch for the center, making it a trailblazer in ICT. To the students and researchers, you are the heart of this initiative. Your aspirations, creativity, and resilience remind us why we embarked on this journey. The skills and knowledge we acquire here are not just for personal successes, they are the tools to drive the transformation of communities, countries, and the continent at large. As we celebrate this milestone, let us re-strategize on the way forward to sustain and even improve the numerous accomplishments that you have made over the decade. So congratulations to everyone who has contributed to this remarkable journey, and here's to the next decade. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the representative of the African Association of African Universities, Madam Millicent Ajay. Forgive me for being presumptuous. I We really like your accent. I was president of Afro-Caribbean Society when I was in school, so I think I recognize what country you are from. But I'm not going to say. I have just one question for you, ma'am, and I'm sure the students here know what the question is. Do you like Nigerian jollof? Okay. She said Nigerian jollof is the best jollof she's ever had. Thank you very much. You can be guaranteed of safe passage now. Okay. Our regulators, as prescribed by the Federal Ministry of Education, the National Universities Commission, will also be giving us a goodwill message. The Acting Executive Secretary, Mr. Chris Mayaki, is unavoidably absent, but ably so in his stead will be Madam Yvonne Oreche. I promised her not to assault the name too much. Your regulator, please give a proper round of applause. That don't have full accreditation yet, that are expecting visitation panel. So I suggest that you should clap properly. Thank you very much.
The distinguished Pro-Chancellor, OAU, other council members here present, the esteemed Vice Chancellor of this university, the former Vice Chancellor of OAU and a very dear friend of the NUC, Professor Michael Faberode, faculty, staff, members, students, partners, and friends, good evening. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol while I present the remarks on behalf of the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Professor Abdullahi Y. Ribadu, and the National Project Coordinator, ACE Impact. The ES would have loved to be here, but as we all know, we just had a transition. We just got a new ES appointed just a few days ago, and he's gently settling into office. So, it is with immense joy and pride that we extend heartfelt congratulations to the entire Obafemi Awolowo University ICT-driven Knowledge Park family on this remarkable occasion of your 10th anniversary celebration. The milestone which we celebrate today is not just a testament to the vision that birthed Oak Park, but also a reflection of the unwavering commitment, resilience, and excellence that has characterized its operations over the past decade. Since its inception, Oak Park has grown to be a beacon of innovation and a hub for transformative knowledge in the field of ICT. By fostering cutting-edge research, nurturing talent, and driving impactful collaborations, this center has significantly advanced the frontiers of ICT development in Nigeria and across sub-Saharan Africa. Under the vibrant leadership of the center leader, Professor Adeshola Aderounmu, Oak Park continues to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and the community. Through pioneering initiatives, training programs, and the empowerment of young minds, Oak Park has championed the cause of digital inclusion. It has supported the growth of a knowledge-based economy, and it has enhanced Nigeria and indeed Africa's competitiveness on the global stage. With its innovative programs, the center continues to equip students and professionals with the skills needed to excel in STEM fields, ensuring that graduates are prepared for the evolving demands of the global workforce. As the world evolves rapidly, and with digital transformations shaping the trajectory of every sector, I am confident that Oak Park will continue to be at the forefront of this evolution, equipping individuals and institutions with the tools and knowledge needed to thrive in a digital age. Oak Park would not be where it is today without the tireless efforts of its founders, Professor Abdullahi Y. Ribadu, 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 Professor Abdullahi Y. R under the stewardship of Professor Bamire. The NUC commends you for your unwavering support and enthusiasm for the ACE Impact project. We also congratulate the leadership of the center, the staff, partners, and all stakeholders who have made this success possible. We have every faith that the next decade will bring even greater achievements, expanded horizons, and an enduring legacy of innovation and excellence. Congratulations once again, and happy 10th anniversary, Oak Park.
Thank you very much, National Universities Commission. I think we are about to get to the meat of the event. In a moment, I will invite for the 10th year anniversary special lecture, Professor G.A. Aderomu, following which there will be the presentation of some awards. We'll take closing remarks, a vote of thanks, we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll go on to commission the ACE Impact ICT infrastructure. In the order of the ACE Design Studio, the ICT Driven Knowledge Garden, and the ACE Knowledge Garden Lounge. Now, when we get to that ACE Knowledge Garden Lounge, before we get there, if your car is parked close by, quickly rush to your car, pick a pair of flat shoes or shoes that you can dance in, because I cannot guarantee that you'll be in one place all through. So be ready. We'll take the chairman of council's Agbada and keep it safe. On that note, I'd like to invite my Oga, Agbarakpo, formerly, now Ogbonpo, Professor G.A. Aderomu, to present a lecture titled A Decade of Advancing ICT Postgraduate Education through Africa Center of Excellence in Africa, the journey so far, 2014 to 2024. You're most welcome.
The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Professor Shinya Oyeweso, other members of Council, both external and internal, I want to really recognize your Councillor, sir, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire. I want to recognize you. The NUC Executive Secretary, the AAU Secretary General, I want to also recognize you, the two. Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, please permit me to quickly recognize some of our visitors in the hall today before I go into my lecture, so that I can still grow more in strength for their prayers. They've been praying for me since about 20 years ago, and the prayer is working for me. So I need to really recognize other principal officers of the university, the DVC Research, Innovation and Development. I want to recognize you. Oh, the DVC admin, you are there. Thank you for coming and the support all the time. The librarian, I want to really recognize you. I can see my Dean of Faculty, Faculty of Technology, Professor Muru. Thank you for coming. I can see the Chairman Security. Thank you. The Dean of Education, Professor Bello. Thank you for coming. I can also see Chief Jayo Ba from Oshobo. I want to really thank you for coming. Let me also recognize some of my mentors. because today I'm just going to give history of what we've been doing, even not from the ACE, but even before ACE. So, and that is why I want to recognize most of these mentors today. Let me recognize Professor Emu Faborode, the former HOD of Agric Engineering then, former Vice Dean of Faculty of Technology, former Dean of Technology, former Vice Chancellor, because he trained me. He was one of those people that trained me when I was coming up. So I've been working with him since maybe 1998. But I won't give you a story of what he did to me then. But at least I learned a lot of things from him. And that's why I'm still very strong today. I want to really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for the leadership. I've already learned a lot of things from him. And that is why things is also working for me now. Again, let me recognize Professor Olugbade and the wife. Professor Olugbade and his wife. That's another family that I can never forget in my life in terms of mentorship. I came across him 1999, 2000 when we started the Carnegie project. And the way he continued to train me, even by the time you write your proposal and give it to him, he will give you candid opinion about that proposal, whether it's going to be positive or negative. And up till when he retired, we are still working together. Prof, we want to really appreciate you and thank you. And Mama, thank you for supporting Professor Olugbade. Thank you so much. Also, Professor Adekoya, that's another powerful man that I work with since, even since 2002, we've been working before the ACE project. I want to really appreciate you, sir, for the support. We continue to recognize you and also pray for you for long life. And we have a lot of things for you also to do for us in terms of most of these things we are doing here. Let me also recognize all directors here. My deputy center leader, I want to recognize you. All professors in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I want to recognize all of you. My HOD, you are recognized. Professor Loranti, you are recognized. Dr. I know you are recognized. Let me also recognize the former Dean of Science. We work together. Former Dean of Science, you are highly recognized. HOD of Agricultural and Environmental Engineering, I want to recognize you. Mechanical Engineering, and because these three departments plus computer science, we are together on this new project. So permit me to just continue with my lecture, which is going to be like a story of how the thing started. And then we are looking at a decade of advancing ICT postgraduate education through African Center of Excellence in Africa. The journey so far since 2014 to 2024. So this is going to be the outline of my presentation. I'm going to look at the preamble, and then the presentation is going to go around 4 or 5 different sections. There is what I call the foundation, because before you build a house, there must be a solid foundation. Without that solid foundation, there's no way you can build that house. So there's no way you can speak about the history of ACE projects, either one or two, without trying to revert to a particular foundation. So, and that is why that one is necessary. And I'm happy that all the actors, vice chancellors, and other members of the group then, they are still alive today to witness what we are trying to do. So we'll look at the enhancement of ICT potentials, that is from 2000 and 2012. And then we'll now look at the evolution. After the foundation, now we talk of the evolution. That is when we have the Center of Excellence in Software Engineering from 2010 to 2013. And then from the evolution, now we look at transformation, because you evolve now and then you transform. That is the first African Center of Excellence, OAU ICT Knowledge Park, from 2014. Consolidation. After transformation, now we need to consolidate. And that's why we have the African Center of Excellence, the OAU ICT Knowledge Park upgrade from 2019 to 2025. And from there, this is going to end by next year. Our proposal is going to be sustainability. How do you sustain what you have? And that is going to be the next chapter. And we are already working on that. How to upgrade this present AC to the next level in terms of sustainability. And that will be from 2025 to 2030. So we are still hoping that the World Bank will also call for a request for proposal, or we can look for funding from other sources. I also want to discuss lessons and the impact. We learned a lot of lessons on this project, and then the impact of this project, and then I will look at the appreciation. So in terms of the preamble, yeah. In terms of the preamble, you will all agree with me that we have dominant problems faced by ICT and engineering education in Nigeria, in particular, and Africa in general, in terms of poor funding, in terms of inadequate equipment, in terms of student population explosion without commensurate facilities, lack of high quality manpower in terms of trainers or teachers, and inadequate industrial training and poor attitude of employers. This is not working. Is it working? Yeah, okay. So in terms of the evolution, there are two major projects that I want to report here. The first one is provision of internet access to students. That was between 2006 and 2010. At that point in time, Professor Faborodi was coming in as the vice chancellor of this university. And then there was just a call to myself and Professor Adagundu. We went to the lodge, opposite the lodge there. And I met Professor Adediran, Professor Omole, Professor Ogunbodede, Professor Fumi Togonu Bikested. I was the youngest and the smallest among all these members of the team. And they asked us to work on a proposal for the Step B. That was the first Step B between 2006 and 2010. And then the aim of that project is to have internet access facilities for the student on campus. Because as at that time, computer center can only boast of less than 20 computers to train about 2,000 or 3,000 students on campus. So the budget then was about $500,000, but it was reduced to $300,000. So we set up that internet access lab under the PTDF building there, beside the computer building there. And the project aim is to address systemic challenges, including limited computer access. Okay. So during that period now, you can see that graph. The performance of OAU was going up then in terms of the ranking. We're always either number one, number two, number one, and so on and so forth. Because the university invested heavily on ICT infrastructure in terms of bandwidth, and also in terms of fiber optics, and so on and so forth. Then the second project that also serves as foundation for this project is the enhancement of ICT potentials for teaching, learning, research, and services 3. The Carnegie Corporation of New York supported OAU with grant in 3 tranches. So the last one was this one, and I was the director of the ICT then. And they were telling us that it's not possible they won't renew that aspect of the proposal. But eventually, we put up that proposal, and then Carnegie also supported that proposal to the tune of $940,000. And this proposal is to address systemic challenges, including limited computer access. So we still continue. Slow internet speed and inadequate library resources. So we have the result listed here. Enhance ICT accessibility for students and staff, and so on and so forth. So it improved access to internet access on campus during that period. That's 2009 and 2013. Again, Professor Faborode was the vice chancellor, and then Professor Omole took over in 2011. So, and that is why, if you see my presentation now, in all my presentation now, Professor Faborode is coming out there because of his contribution, because he worked tirelessly to ensure that we got that grant. So I want to really appreciate you, sir. So these are some of the results obtained during that period. Then we now move on to the evolution stage. For the evolution stage, the first one is establishment of the ICT Center. I can still not forget when I approached Professor Faborode and I said, a friend of mine from Skybank is asking me for a proposal. And I said, I'm requesting for a building from the bank. The question he asked me is, will you be able to drive it? I said, yes, sir. So he said, please go ahead and do it. And then I developed that proposal, gave it to Professor Faborode. He said, it's okay. And then I continued to dialogue with those people. So when it got to the point when there's going to be a kind of MOU to sign, then the university management has to come in. During that period, there was a strike on campus. Professor Faborode struggled to. Skybank came through the back door for that proposal to be signed. So I'm just giving you all this detailed information so that everybody will know what has transpired since that time. So the project was around 180 million naira. But we are saying we are not collecting your money. What we just need is a building to accommodate maybe 400 students, internet access, and so on and so forth. As at that time, we don't even know where to get money to really buy those computers into that. So it was on PPP arrangement. So it was not donation at all. It was PPP arrangement. Over 10 years. So that project now belongs to the university now, since 2 years ago. So we continue to pay about 80 million naira per year for like 10 years. So the project belongs to the university, the building belongs to the university now, and all items there. Now, the project 4, because we have faith in God. So between 2010 and 2013, there was a call for proposal again from the World Bank. And the World Bank is asking for about 11 centers of excellence in Nigeria. One of the centers is supposed to be Center of Excellence in software engineering. And well, I'm not too sure Professor Faraday is here today. He came to my house twice, begging me to put up this proposal. I said, I'm not interested again. I don't want to do anything again for the university. He said, no, you have to do it, Prof, you have to do it. So I sat down, come up with the concept, and I also talked to some of my colleagues in the department. And then we took that document to Professor Mrs. Bickerstead, who was the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics. And he referred us to Professor Gumodede to vet that proposal. Then Professor Faborode was still the Vice Chancellor of the university. So eventually, the university agreed to forward one proposal to Abuja. So the university forwarded that proposal to Abuja. And luckily for us, we got that grant to the tune of 5.5 million US dollar. So we used that grant to now equip that building there. You will see all the facilities as I present my the other PowerPoint. So we have a lot of achievement during that period too. So we want to really appreciate Professor Faborode because even it was during strike that we still wrote that proposal, sir. We used every there. We have to sneak from our offices to that place to ensure that we complete that proposal because he was so passionate about that proposal. So we got that, and then that now laid the foundation for this bigger one. You know, we did the first one, it was okay. We did this one, it was okay. And then there was another call for proposal. Okay. So that is the output from that project. You can see that is that building where you normally do your CBT, right? So all the facilities there are from the World Bank grant in 2010 to 2013. So you have it there. The Sky Bank gave us the building, but we've repaid that to World Bank. I mean, the Polaris Sky Bank. But we have, these are the labs there. We have about 760 computers in the 2 labs. And then we have the cloud computing facilities at the other end. And there is the telepresence machine where you can do conferencing, virtual conference, and so on and so forth. Now the postgraduate college is using these facilities now for what? For oral examination. In fact, what we want to be doing now is to use it for multi-site teaching. We are working with the e-learning group. And then we have also a data center, which we are going to convert to a cloud computing center, and that will generate a lot of money for the university. So that is, those are some of the facilities, apart from other capacity buildings that we developed during that period. For example, during that period too, our students developed 2 software, Akowe and Kedu. But because of the local content problem, that is, people are not really interested in. So nobody care about that. If not, the Kedu that we mentioned is a software that is even better than Zoom. Everybody is using Zoom now, and then you can see the amount of money being generated. So 2013, we developed that. And then we also developed Akowe. It's just a learning management system by our students. So we provided a lot of capacity building to our students during that period. So we established software studio where the students stay 24 hours to develop a lot of products. And most of these students now, they are now employers of labor, CEO of companies, and so on and so forth, as a result of these facilities. So this is another set of facilities. So within the first project, and I'm sure that most students are enjoying that facilities now. Then this transformation came in. And during that period, we have the project 5, which is OAU ICT Driven Knowledge Park. We call it AC1. And I want to give you a small background to this. When the World Bank called for the proposal, a group was trying to develop that proposal. And the focus is more on National Science and Technology Park. So we have a group developing that, and I'm happy Professor Faborode was also there. Professor Adekoya was there. Professor Olugbade was also there. We're about 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 developing that, either in my office here or Professor Adekoya's office. It was submitted, reviewed, and the outcome came out very well. Beautiful proposal, but World Bank says the proposal lacked focus. Because the idea is bring everybody together. We have FST, mechanical, so many departments, distance learning coming together for this. Because there was a report when Professor Faborode was the dean of the faculty that we have a lot of programs that can make a difference here. So if we have that pack. So World Bank says, no, it's not, we are not focused. And we have to go and rework it. Because for a center of excellence, what we are looking for is what major problem are you trying to solve at that center? What major problem? Okay. So, and that's why I want to give honor again to Professor Olugbade and Professor Adekoya, and also Professor Faborodi. Because when the report came and we are told that we are not focused, we have to repackage it, everybody was just not too happy. So eventually, the committee of 7 or 8 thinned to 3 or 4. It remains Professor Olugbade and Professor Adekoya with Engineer Tope Ajayi and myself. Then Professor Faborodi was at the background, because he's always at the background. So thank you, Prof, for, if we sit down there, when we develop it and send it to him, Prof, can you look at it? He will say, oh, no, okay, add this, add that. So he's always on the background. So, in fact, there was a time Professor Adekoya's wife was calling him to say, Prof, where are you now? This is 4 a.m. My own wife was also calling me, Prof, where are you now? We are still battling with how to ensure that we didn't change anything from that proposal. We want to leave it the way it is. We don't want to remove any department. It took us 1 year, sir, before it took us 1 year. Professor Olugbade will still look at it. Let's change this statement to this statement. We send it to World Bank. They will return it and say you lack focused. Then Professor Adekoya we still come again with another strategy, grammars and some other stuff. We tweet everything around. Professor Adekoya they say, okay, this is okay. However, you lack focus. So when we went to Cameroon, we now asked, so what is the problem? They now said we are not focused. And then they believe that we have a very strong capability to focus on ICT. So they documented that, and they said we have to rescope this proposal to ICT. So all members of the committee disappeared, except Professor Adekoya and Professor Olugbade that supported myself and Tope Ajayi to ensure that we got it right. So, and that's why the name changed from National Science and Technology Park, that was a name, to the OAU ICT Development Park. Because World Bank was saying that they don't want to see any other program that is not ICT on this project. And the project was about $7 million. But it's performance-based. So you spend your money before they give you back your money. So how many of us can bring 1 million or 2 million naira down? So everybody disappeared. When we wanted to implement it, everybody disappeared. But we took courage. And that's why I'm happy today. NUC is here, AAU is here. During that period, there was no money in the university, but we must implement this thing. So how do we do it? In fact, some of us went borrow. We went to NUC, we borrow. Is it not true? NUC will borrow us money. Dr. Atta is not here today. Will borrow us money. We use our own personal money to do a lot of activities. They will come and verify whether this is okay or not. If it's not okay, you're already in trouble. If you spend 10 million and World Bank comes and says your 10 million, your result is not okay, you are in trouble. So, and that is why we have to do it right. So I really appreciate Professor Adekoya and Professor Olugbade. And Professor Faborodi was at the background monitoring that we should not even lose this project too. Even if it's not Science and Technology Park again, whatever it is, should make sure that we get it. So we work very hard, and then we start implementing it. And then we have a lot of facilities too in it. For example, yeah. So you can see it. This is where we started. After the Polaris Bank, we move. You can see, open it up, and then we put a lot of infrastructures there. Because there's no way you can do postgraduate training without the enabling environment, students will not come, because we are trying to drive this project with postgraduate students, even from the other region. They are asking us to train students from other regions. So we have to travel to all over the place there, looking for students. And they are not ready to come to Nigeria. Because of what? The environment is not conducive, security is not okay, but we have to introduce a lot of things. Because by the time they ask us to renew, because of our performance on this project, we also renew it, and then we are giving additional funding based on performance. In fact, OAU came first when we submitted that. And that's about 5 million US dollar again. between 2019 and 2024. Now, when we are trying to review this, we are trying to develop that, Professor Fabo already contacted us and said, can we put up something on engineering education in Nigeria? And I said, well, it's okay, but what we do is robust. Can we match? So I said, no problem. So we match. So we brought in the engineering component, and then he linked us to Kwanzaa in Canada, who is our partner, for their own input. And Professor Akinwande in MIT reviewed the proposal, and then we submitted. So, and that's how we got the upgrade of $5 million US. And these are some of the activities in it. Yeah. So this is what we are commissioning today. We have studio. When you get to that design studio, you have a lab there. And we are going to do 3 or 4 different research work in that lab. Number one, some students will be dealing with electric vehicle and autonomous cars. We'll build their skill in that. Another set of students will be doing something on robotics. We have the facilities there. And then drone technology is also there. We ordered the equipment from Canada to the tune of $360,000. And that is the only laboratory with those equipment in Africa. So, and that is why we need to celebrate this. So we have to make it loud, because World Bank has already identified OAU as the hub of ICT in Africa. And that is why we are now putting pressure to ensure that we expand this and then turn this one to a Silicon Valley of Africa. Now, because the incubation center we have there can contain more students again, maybe about 50 students cramp themselves in that place. So I was discussing with Dr. Aino. Now they're supposed to be, if you can get an open garden where the student can also sit, think creatively and innovatively to develop a lot of products. So I said, okay, no problem. So by faith, I said it's going to work. And eventually, we have the garden. So we have the garden. This is the garden we are doing to commission today also. This one can seat about 500 students at a go. And when you are there, what we are asking you to go and do there is, you go there, you sit down, you can think innovatively, and then creatively. And when you have your product, your idea, we can take it to the lab for what? For development. And then we have our industry partners that will take the product to the market. So what we are trying to build here is employment capability, the skill, and the wealth creation. A lot of our students are already making money from what we have here. And the university is not. I want to thank you for that. We didn't charge them any kobo, and they stayed here 24 hours doing everything. So this is what we are commissioning today. And this is still part of, this is the lab. So you will see everything in the lab when you get there. We have some people that will demonstrate how all these things work. We've trained so many of our students on how to make use of these facilities. This is the drone. This is car, the autonomous car, and so on and so. So you see it now, please. This is still part of it. And then we have the hall there for conference and then we have the lounge. So you see all these things by the time you get to that place. So this is our achievement for this last stage. The last stage is the sustainability. So with that now, we are looking at the budget of $4 million US. So if World Bank call us to submit now, we have an idea of what we want to submit. So we have a budget of this. It is also going to be performance-based. In fact, I love that kind of project. Performance-based. Spend your money first before they pay you. Okay? That's going to work for us. So, and we are going to be looking at commercialization of research products. We have a lot of research products on campus, but how do we market that product becomes a problem. So we want to solve that problem in the next stage. And how do you solve the problem? You can interpret this. Innovation and creativity. So you must be creative and innovative. You can see these two. Who is more innovative now? This one now? Yes. So that is exactly what we are trying to do. This one is very, yeah, but I'm very powerful. I can do everything. But this one is not powerful, but it's very creative. So there's no way you have the power. You cannot meet this guy. So we are going to use innovation and creativity to do what? To get more grants, to do ventures, partnership, and business venture. We have a lot of partners now coming in to do a lot of things with us on this project. So even if the World Bank is not bringing money again now, I'm sure that we are going to have a lot of funding to support this idea. And it's going to impact a lot of things in the university environment. So we face a lot of challenges. Number one is change in university leadership. That was a problem when there was a change in Bati. We face a lot of challenges. Again, I want to thank Professor Adekoya and Professor Olugbade. They stood behind me for that period. It was rough. So we want to thank you, sir. But eventually, when we resolved the matter, we didn't have any problem again. The enabling environment was not there. Zero when we started. Zero for computer science and engineering. Professor Folabi, you bear with me. Professor Olaranti, you bear with me. Everything was zero. Most of our research students stay in our offices to do their research work. We don't have any laboratory. We don't have anything. But because of that project now, we now have a lot of things. Even other departments are benefiting from those facilities. Non-commitment of academic staff. That was a problem when we started. The staff are not ready to support us because they don't even understand what is happening. But by the time we introduce a lot of things to them, they change their mind. Bursary and internal audit delay in processing. That one was another problem. However, they are really doing well now. Director of Audit, thank you. Mr. Adelakun, thank you. They are really doing well now. Yes, when we started, it was tough. You want to get money out, the money you've already spent. You want to get it out, they will be telling you a story. So, but eventually when they now try to study the project, they were very happy, and then we didn't have any problem again. So we want to thank you, Director of Audit, Mr. Adelakun. Bossa, we want to thank you for that. So these are some of the factors that allows us to, enable us to succeed. It's a performance-based project. If not, most of the university without this, they cannot succeed. Okay. Commitment of the management and members of staff. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you again. When we started this project since Professor Faborode's era, I didn't have any problem with any of the vice chancellors. They're always giving us approval for anything we want to do. And that is why we're able to succeed. VC, sir. We want to thank you. Professor Faborode, we want to thank you, sir. All the vice chancellors, starting from Roger Makendiola, Professor Faborode, Omole, Elujoba, Ogmodede, and the current vice chancellor. Nobody gave us any wahala after we resolved that official something. And that is why we are where we are today. We want to thank you, sir. Again, publicly. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I want you to do more for us, sir. Then strong, dynamic, and visionary center leader. Again, I want to appreciate all the mentors I mentioned here today, including Professor Dagondo, because I learned a lot of things from them. Good and feasible sustainability plan. We've developed a very robust sustainability plan to ensure that this project will continue even after 2025. So, dedicated grant and agency unit for financial operations. Yeah, we have that in the university, so it makes our job very easy. Stakeholders engagement. So we've been engaging all the stakeholders. They now know exactly what is happening. And then robust strategy for recruiting and retraining regional students. So we have this model now, which other centers are now trying to copy from us. And I want to also emphasize that when we got that grant for the first time, World Bank told us that we cannot use that money to build. And we told them, we don't have the environment to train regional students. And we went to Cameroon with our own design, 3D. When we got there, we presented it and said, look, this is the lab we want to build. That's how we started this building. This model is being now replicated in other universities in Nigeria where they have the centers of excellence. So when we told them we are going to finish it, they said they are not sure. When they came, they saw it, and they are very happy. So at any point in time you want to build, they are always approving for us. And then we deliver on time. So Mr. VC, sir, I want to thank you. Because if you don't sign those papers on time, they'll be delayed. Contractor will run away, and then there'll be problem. But eventually, we don't have that kind of problem. So, thank you, sir. Key roles of leadership. That is leaders and academics. We are saying articulation, vision, and setting priorities, advocacy, revenue generators, and cultivation process, championing office internally, and measuring and managing performance. Those are some of the things that I've learned. These are some of the impacts of this project. Internationalization and regionalization. Most of our programs in computer science and engineering are now internationally accredited. And we are the first university in Nigeria to get that accreditation at postgraduate level. The same thing with agricultural engineering, mechanical, and electronics at the national level. Now, as a result of this project, we also want to thank the Vice Chancellor, the Senate and Council members of this university. The Department of Computer Science has been upgraded to the Faculty of Computing Science and Engineering with 5 departments. Dean of Technology, we want to thank you because he has been asking us I'm joking, we are together, don't worry. So capacity building, yes, capacity building, as rightly mentioned by the Vice Chancellor, the center has trained a lot of staff in the university. We've trained staff from from audit, bursary, registry in the last 1 or 2 months. And then the security department, we've trained a lot of staff in the area of cyber security just last week. And then university is also planning to train more in the nearest future, I mean early January and February next year. So the project is supporting a lot of things in the university. In terms of economic and social impact, the project has changed a lot of things on campus in terms of job creation, in terms of wealth creation, and so on and so forth. Research, innovation, and publication in high-impact journals. All our researchers in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering now published in high-impact journal. as a result of this project, because we normally support them. Once we publish in high impact, then the center will support you. And then there are more partners with this project. Okay. So I want to conclude here. Yeah, I want to conclude here to appreciate. So this document is going to be circulated later. What I did was just to sit down. I went to the archive and then bring out all the projects that lead us to this point, the contributors, all the 6 projects. And if you look at the last aspect there, the core implementation team, there's no way you do any project in this university that is institutional based. If you don't carry along the university management, what's going to happen? It will fail. It will fail. So, and that is why you see all the names there. You see Fabro there, because they are the one to decide if any document is going out. If the VC that will sign it, and then you are saying you won't want to carry your VC along, you are in trouble. It will not go. So we want to appreciate them. Professor Borode, again, I want to appreciate you. Professor Adekoya, I want to appreciate you. Professor Olubade, I want to appreciate you. Professor Dagudo. I've listed everybody, all the HODs, all the staff in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. We want to appreciate you. It continues. So what I did was just to look at each of the projects and the contribution of individuals to that project. Also, the University Administration, I want to thank you, sir, for your support. The Provost of PG College, we want to appreciate PG Board and the Senate, because the paper of all these postgraduate students pass through the department faculty to PG before it goes to Senate. So we also want to thank them. All the deans from Faculty of Technology, we want to really thank you. Then DSA, Affairs. Then the entire university community, we want to thank you. And also, these are the names of other members of staff in the university community that has contributed one way or the other to this project. So we have a lot of partners on this project, and more of them are still coming. So in conclusion, what I want to say from our experience in this project, even in the last 15, 20 years, is that common issues that are relevant across different disciplines or field of study is what we should focus on. And this will lead to what we call collaboration. It will also lead to knowledge sharing among researchers working in different areas. And then that will lead to development of innovation, solutions, and you are going to integrate different perspective, methodologies, and approaches to gain a comprehensive understanding of research topic. So whatever research we are trying to do now, please let's go through this. And eventually, any funder is ready to support what we are trying to do. And finally, I want to say that when we started this project, for me, it's like I was trying to aspire to get somewhere. So the aspiration now becomes what? Reality. So what do we do after this now? To sustain that reality. And that is our next plan. On this note, I think I want to stop here. And thank you immensely for the opportunity to address this gathering. God bless you.
I mean, I stand the defender like Joseph, But girl say she want Netflix and chill. So I chatty get if I want it. If you fall in love, girl, it's certain. You go to breakfast, I'm not captain. Can you see?
Another round of applause for
Picking this, no food gas.
Professor G.A. Aderomu, please.
I'm a quest and feet, I just want day.
Indeed, agbára pọ̀, ọgbọ́n náà dẹ̀ pọ̀. On the note of having plenty of ọgbọ́n, I think at every level it's important you are connected. At the high level, at even the lowest level. When we've been speaking since morning and shouting into this microphone, but when Professor Aderomu was to take the podium, this man wearing red I have issues with you, sir. Decided to bring another microphone that is much clearer. And I'm wondering, where was this one since morning? It's another lesson for us all. Your network is your net worth. There's levels to this thing. Thank you very much once again, Professor Aderomo, for the insightful lecture, taking us through the history of the ACE project. Again, I have been a personal beneficiary of this project. I've had 2 of my publications that are Scopus Index paid for by ACE, for which I'm very grateful. And I think it's important to mention, I've had the benefit of attending 2 different institutions abroad where I acquired 3 of my degrees. And I can tell you for free, especially those of you that are here that are thinking about jackpying. The only difference with studying abroad and studying in Ife, to my mind, is in the facilities and in you, Onasabi. I have students in my class who I know full well are smarter than me. I can tell. But for that particular day, I'm the lecturer, so I try and keep up. And I have distinguished members of staff within the department, the faculty, and the university at large that I have experienced that are of a high intellectual standard, highly cerebral. So the only area of deficiency previously was in the area of facilities and equipment. And I dare to say we are catching. So on that note, I know you've been here for a while. We'll start transitioning into party mode, small. I want to invite 2 key female figures in the happening department, in the presence of Professor Akinyemi and Dr. Ikono, to come and help us unveil. They said there's something under this gold shimmy. So I want it to be unveiled, and then with the powers conferred on me by this new clearer microphone, I'll please invite members of the high table to come and join us in a moment to take a picture with whatever is under this shimmy. Happy 10th birthday to Ace. Happy celebration. May I please invite the chairman of council and pro-chancellor to please lead members of the high table over here for a quick picture. With the CSO's permission, if there's any cutlass, knife, or any sharp object here, can you please pass it over? Okay, they are saying we shouldn't cut it off. Are we sure it's cake that is inside? Or it's styrofoam? How will we confirm? We'll eat it. Okay, thank you, ma. So they said we are not dicing it yet. So we'll just take pictures. My chairman. I want to wife you for life. I want to take beside you. That's my baby. Okay, Professor Faber, the former VCs, the DVCs, please also join us. Professors Olugbade and Adekoya, please also join us. That's my baby. DVCs, sir. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Yeah. No, they said we shouldn't dice it yet, sir. The cutlass is outside. It's just a photo op, and when we are done with the photo op, we'll proceed with the dicing subsequently. Yes, sir. Sir, I think. Okay. Professor Adagodo, sir. Okay, photographers, do you have what you need? Check it well, Lou.
Nobody fit be like you. Nobody fit do like you, baby.
And please, we should make sure that the photographer is well entertained so that the pictures don't go missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sir Zamaz. Watch your steps, sirs. Okay, thank you, Mr. DJ. Yes. Don't worry, DJ, your balance will be complete whether or not you play. Moving swiftly on in the program and moving towards the final stages of this event, we would now like to move to the award section of this program. The event organizers have decided to honor certain distinguished personalities today, and we will also be asking some of our members of the high table to assist and join the local organizing committee in presenting the awards to the recipients today. I would like to, with all due respect, invite the Chairman Pro-Chancellor of Council to please assist us in presenting awards to the first two awardees in the presence of Dr. Joshua Atta, who is with the NUC. I believe Madam Yvonne may be representing or receiving that award on his behalf, and Professor M.O. Fabarode. So we can start with Dr. Joshua Atta.
Give me vibe. I'm a sexy kitty cat, and I love the way you dance, Give it to me all night. They keep telling me, don't you listen to your enemies? Baby, please tell me.
Yeah. So, please change that Ara Adubo song. This is a formal event. Don't let's go and lose guard here.
On behalf of the Governing Council, Senate, management of this university, on behalf of the African Center for Excellence ICT Park, this award is presented today, 10th of December 2024, to Dr. Joshua Atta of the National University Commission for his total and abiding commitment and great support for the realization of the dreams and aspiration of the ICT Park, OAK Park project. The representative of Dr. Joshua Atta, this is hereby presented to you. Congratulations. Congratulations to Obafemi Awolowo University. Congratulations to the National University Commission. Congratulations to the central leader.
Next one too, sir. And not let you know about what okay. That's for
Professor Faberede, please, sir.
My Emeritus Vice Chancellor and former Secretary, Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, and an organic scholar. Very difficult to find organic scholar. When you are referred to as organic, it's beyond being phenomenal. Professor for all times, professor at all stations. On behalf of this great university and OAK Park project, I hereby present this award to a very honorable and honored person. It is said that prophets are not honored in their hometowns. You are honored today at Obafemi Awolowo University. You are part and parcel of the history of this university. The history of OAK Park project cannot be completed without adequate space allocated to you. On behalf of Council, Senate, management, staff, and students of Obafemi Awolowo University, I hereby present to you this award of excellence to our distinguished Professor Michael Faberede, my own VC, my home mentor, my role model exemplar. Thank you, sir.
Please, sir.
I want to crave the indulgence of the chairman of council, the vice chancellor, to make a few remarks because it's appropriate on a day like this. I want to appreciate the pioneers. I'm happy that Professor Adekoya, Professor Lugbade are here. There are a few others who are not here. When we started this journey in 2003, 2005, we never know that we shall come to a day like this, when we have all the buildings after the computer building towards this part of campus coming as donations from research efforts. The funds didn't come directly from the university. Of course, they now have all become university property, but they came from these World Bank interventions, from the software engineering and then Carnegie Corporation. And today we have the AC Center and AC Impact Center with all the facilities. What we are going to commission later today is the best of equipment that you can have for engineering practice in Nigeria. Kwanzaa is one of the innovators in virtual laboratories. Don't forget that this university created the iLab from electronics in 2010, working with MIT. And so the glory of OAU is being reestablished. And I think the future as has been painted is there. The knowledge pack that is outside there is supposed to be a center of inspiration for students and staff. So that when you are there, you are going to be imbued with discovery and then to turn your knowledge into products. As the center leader has said, that is the future of Nigeria. And that is the future that OAU is going to create for this country. I thank you all. And I must not finish without thanking the center leader, who has done excellently well and has changed the narrative of the World Bank on projects. World Bank didn't allow buildings to be built from their projects. All that changed from what happened here. and is now a standard model. And then to get all the postgraduate programs accredited internationally is also a plus, that OAU can now have international students from all over the world. This is the future of OAU, and I'm very, very happy that we are witnessing it today. And I want to thank the chairman of council and the vice chancellor for their warm remarks. I was overwhelmed by the remarks that they have made. And I want to thank all of you here today that you are witnessing this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Fabarede. May I crave the indulgence of the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman Governing Council to also invite Professor Bamire. I know he may not be here. Perhaps Professor Mrs. Babalola can receive on his behalf. Oh, okay. 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 So, all right. All right. Apologies, sir. So now I'll be inviting the Chairman Pro-Chancellor to present the award to Professor Bamire.
The Vice Chancellor of this great university, members of Governing Council here present, members of Senate, management staff and staff, on behalf of all of you and in the presence of God, we are presenting this honor, this award to a man of honor, to a man of impeccable character, to a man of great scholarship, for excellence, Professor Adebayo Simon Bamire. On this day, 10th day of December 2024, only the deep can call to the deep. The honor is befitting. The honor well-deserved, well-merited for your support for scholarship. Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire of honor. Congratulations to Professor Bamire, our indefatigable Vice Chancellor. Congratulations to all of us, Creative.
Thank you very much, the Pro-Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor. Just to put a bit of context into it, the people being the recipients of the awards today are people who have played a significant and notable role in the ACE project. Let me invite Madam Millicent Ajayi, a lover of Nigerian jollof and representative of the AAU, to kindly come and assist us in presenting the award to the next awardee, in the person of Professor T.A. Olugbade. Professor T.A. Olugbade. Thank you very much, sir. Perhaps Mrs. Olugbade may wish to join Prof on stage so that we are not responsible for any asunder moves, particularly in light of the matching outfits. You are welcome. Please watch your step. This DJ, I hope you won't put us in trouble today.
Stop.
So in recognition of your sterling contribution to Oak Park project this day, the Oak Park project Obafemi Awolowo University Award of Excellence is presented to Professor T.A. Olugbade. I hope I got the name right.
You try.
You can. Yeah. Congratulations.
Photographer, are you okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, just to say one or two things. Emphasize the role that Professor Faborode played. And it's not an isolated case. Because I remember when I was Central Science Lab Director, when I go to him with any proposal, he always approved. There was one he approved even while he was attending a ceremony at the University Theater. And on this particular project, maybe when he writes his own autobiography, he will make many confessions, because working at the background that the director said was very, very loaded. And but I'm happy for him, because at one time when he was vice chancellor, I remember we were just, he may have forgotten, and everybody was talking about writing a book about his experience in the university. If I told you what title he thought he might write, he's already laughing. Do I tell them? He said he will write about a forest of 1,000 demons. But from what is evident today, I think he's happy that it has been a rewarding experience for him, and so it has been for all of us. But I cannot end up without talking about the center leader. I only had one prayer for him, and that prayer was answered, and that he will not be the Gorbachev of the Dean of Faculty of Technology, because I knew that the Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering was going to emerge, but I didn't want it to emerge during his term of office, so that he will not preside over the collapse of a faculty. And that prayer was answered. My other one is a prayer, sir, and that is to the chairman of council. I've had a lot of reactions from all sectors about the tax bill and how it affects their zone, their religion, their persons, their region. Nobody has spoken for education. Nobody has spoken for third fund. And I'm happy you are sitting next to the NUC. And I hope before the council disperses, maybe you send a memorandum. Maybe you send something. I will have said, maybe you write open letter, like we write in my kingdom, but maybe you don't need an open letter. You can write a memorandum. I think somebody should be speaking for third fund. Somebody should be speaking for education. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and huge congratulations once again. Permit me to invite the representative of the NUC, Madam Yvonne Oreche, to kindly assist us in presenting the award to Professor L.O. Adekoya. Professor L.O. Adekoya.
Make me know that I don't want to sleep. When I hold I pull my eyes, but I'll be alright. Forever. While I talk, I know I get talk. You didn't need it so much, he's gone.
So,
Yeah, Professor.
Prof, permit me to, on behalf of the management and staff of Obafemi Awolowo University and Oak Park, present this award to you in recognition of your sterling contributions to the Center of Excellence project. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't want to tell story. I just want to thank everybody, especially the center leader, for appreciating all that we did. I'm talking of Olugbade and.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much once again, Ben. The following awardees are unavoidably absent, but we'll go through their names, and if there's anyone here to represent any of them or is well placed to receive the award on their behalf, please do come forward. We have Professor I.B. Omole. Professor I.B. Omole. A round of applause in absentia would be nice. A little indication that we are still awake. Professor A.A. Elujoba. Professor A.A. Elujoba. Professor E.O. Ogunbodede. Professor E.O. Ogunbodede. Professor A.T. Salami. Professor Fumi Togonu Bikestet. Okay, Professor Salami. Professor A.T. Salami. You're welcome, ma'am.
Professor Salami.
Make me go corner, where, give you sending no baby, but you one day outside, I'm never gonna hold you back. Cause the back of it,
The center leader will
oh my body, so
Well, on behalf of the members of the AC project and the entire university, I want to present this award of excellence to Professor A.T. Salami for your contribution toward the development of the project while you are in office. Congratulations.
congratulations once again to Professor A.T. Salami. Yes. Okay. Okay. So Professor Ogunbodede, whose award will be received by Professor Daramola. Perhaps Professor Babalala can assist us in presenting this award to our fellow DVC on behalf of Professor Ogunbodede. Thank you so much, man.
So on behalf of Oak Park Projects, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, I present this award of excellence to our home professor, Ejitope O. Ogunbodede. Congratulations.
Okay, so the remaining awardees are Professor Fumi Togono Bickerstedt and Professor A.J. Professor Bickerstedt, perfect. Professor Daramala, if you can kindly assist us in presenting the award to the representative of Professor Bickerstedt.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the university management and on behalf of Oak Park, this great award of excellence is presented to Professor Fumi Togono Bickerstedt today, 10th of December, 2024, for her contribution to Oak Park. Congratulations.
The last awardee, but by no means the least, is Professor A.J. Faraday. Professor A.J. Faraday. Professor Faraday. May I please request Professor Ayoka to kindly assist us in presenting this award?
For his impact on the project and the team has been acknowledged by the leader of the team. So we wish Professor Faraday long life and prosperity.
Congratulations once again to all the awardees.
If you look well, no be only me. I carry body there. They bring in money come. I say we no go take the money come. Go for your body.
Hello? Again, while we await the chairman of the occasion to come in, I again want to thank everybody for taking your time to be here. I want to say that we are still going to recognize more people by next year. This project is ending by next year, 2025, and then we are going to close it up by 2025. So we have a list of those that are still working for us that we are going to recognize by June 2025. So if you're So as I'm saying that we are going to also give some award by next year when we are trying to wrap up the project. We don't want to give all the awards today because we want more contributions from the members of the community. So I again want to thank all our mentors. Let me again thank Professor Babarode, Professor Olugbade, and Professor Adekoya for really supporting me. It was very, very rough and tough, but they stood behind me and other members of the team. I want to also publicly thank you for that. But before the chairman comes in, I think, Professor Faborode, can you come up? We want to take picture with all the pioneer members of the proposal, the pioneer. Professor Faborode, Professor Lubade, Professor Adekoya, Professor Aderomu. Professor Aderomu, you join them. Professor Adagondo join them. Then Tope Ajayi join us. Because the Tope Ajayi is like the errand boy. Tope Ajayi, where are you?
Yeah, Chairman.
Chairman of Council, sir. Please join us, sir. Where is Tope Ajayi? I'm still on the law. Because he was also very, very active when we started the development of the proposal. So I think it's good for him to. Akinyemi too. Professor Akinyemi, please join us. Professor Akinyemi. Tope Ajayi, please. As at then, no, he's a big man now. So please. As at then, but now he's a big man.
Sweet Ola. Oluwade Masadi. Over them all. Over them all. Over them all. Over them. Oh, over them all. Over them all. Over them all. Over them. I dey sit my hotel. I've been down with my cartel. Number one, no forget. If you dey vex, make you go kick your bucket. Oh no, I no fit fake it. I swear to God, they no fit change me. Them go run back for my mess, you. But they won't play me like mess, you. Let me they call my. Others. You know. Others. You know. Tune into the King of Songs.
Please, all the members of the AC team, come and take picture of the chairman of council. All the AC team, the director of finance, procurement, HODs. Please, let us be fast. Dean of Tech, join us because you process our paper through your faculty and you approve. No, we are not chasing you. We are not chasing you. We are working together. I'm just joking. So all members of the AC team, procurement, Bossa, please join us.
Bottles on display, 50 bottles on the way. Spending money like a criminal, falling, depressing me now. Bend it like a Gemini, like a Gemini. I'm so for me and everything. No, I feel like you don't eat in the Bentley. We get control, we are the don't show. Give them like money regular. Fuck with my son, I'm so secular. Bring the lamp container on land. Next thing I pull your van. One day, I know what they car. All night, all day. We just secure the bag, oh.
Thank you very much, Saz and Maz. I think for gender balance and to earn her share of whatever reward is going to come from this activity, I think it's incumbent upon me to invite my co-MC, who has played a strategic role in making sure I don't fumble up the names and lose my job, to sort out the last two items on the program.
I told them to do, but everybody like to start it. You take advantage up and down. Forget to say, body no be machine. Body no be machine. That's what the generate.
If we were real MCs, this will be the part of the program where we'll be cracking dry jokes to fill the void. But as you can see, we are still learning work. So kindly bear with Dr. Lawal. Forgive her.
What? You know, I'm going for the Thank you so very much for being very patient with us through the event. Thank you for your presence, for your time. We appreciate you. We are now rounding off the program, and then after this, we would proceed outside so that you can see the main reason why we are here. On this note, I'm going to call on my professor, the Deputy Center Leader for ACE. I want to welcome him to come and give the vote of thanks. Professor E.R. Adagodo. A round of applause for him, please.
Thank you very much, Masters of Ceremony. Actually, I want to start this vote of thanks by saying that the center leader changed our plans. We planned that the center leader's lecture would be like 2 to 3 hours, so that by the time we will be getting out of this place, we'll be getting into a very beautiful scenery of the garden for us to see the garden at night. But as it is, like the MC said, that we are getting to the end of, we are just starting the program. We are just starting the program. Actually, honestly, because the real thing is out there. However, for this first part of the program that we are concluding, just let me start by thanking our Pro-Chancellor and the Chairman of Governing Council of this university for giving us all the time. By this time, meeting of council is on. By this time, convocation activities are taking off. And I'm sure in the next few minutes, one of the convocation activities should be starting. But for our Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council to be here with us really makes us very happy and very glad. It shows that you really hold this center, this ACE in high esteem. We appreciate you, sir, for coming, and we thank you very much. And we want to promise you that more development projects like this you are going to witness during your tenure in this university. Thank you very much. We like to also thank our Vice Chancellor, who has to just step out for a few minutes, attending to some other issues. We thank him also for his time. You also know that about this time, convocation activities are gathering momentum. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. We like to appreciate our Vice Chancellor. We like to appreciate all our principal officers. We can see them coming in, going out. It's not a matter of contempt for this program. It's a call for duty, that there are other activities that are also calling for their attention about this time. We want to thank them for being here with us. We want to thank guests from the Association of African University with the Secretariat in Ghana. Thank you very much for coming. Please extend our greetings to the Secretary General, Professor Olushola Oyewole, who is also an alumnus of this great university. Thank you very much. And we also want to appreciate our employer from NUC, the National Universities Commission. Thank you very much. Regards to Dr. Atta, regards to Professor Dr. Meyaki and Professor Ribadu, the new executive secretary. Thank you very much. We also want to thank all our awardees, all our awardees of today. We really appreciate you. We thank you for the contributions that you have made. We know there is no way, there is no amount of award that can actually repay your contributions to this project. But in the little way that it has been said, we want to thank you for accepting us as we are. I want to thank all our provosts, the provosts, and all our deans, all our heads of departments who are here, members of staff of this great university. We want to thank every one of us. We also like to thank the students, our great IFE students. We want to thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for, like the Vice Chancellor said, all the facilities are there because of you, okay? So all the postgraduate program you want to go and do in Canada, in the US, in UK, you can also do here. The same environment, the same facility. You can be sure. Thank you very much. We like to appreciate the contractors that worked on this project. StruckDev, I don't know whether their representative is here. StruckDev, thank you very much. Thank you very much, StruckDev staff that are here. Thank you very much for the good work that we are all here celebrating today. And we also want to appreciate Messrs. Amis Bond. Amis Bond, are we here? Amis Bond, are we here? Okay. I know they are probably with us online virtually. We want to thank you also for giving us a very good project there. Finally, maybe before I say finally, I want to thank our center leader for good work, for progressive initiative that he has put into everything. We thank you very much. I think he has stepped out. We like to appreciate the members of the local organizing committee. And I'm sure they are here. And because of the enormous work that you have put into this, I want to recognize you one by one as I call your name. Please just stand up in his humility. The first member of the LOC is Professor G.A. Aderomu, the center leader. We recognize you. And my humble self, Professor J.A. Oshunbiton of the Department of Agric and Environmental Engineering. Okay, it's not here. Yeah, maybe he stepped out. Professor A.O. Uluwato. Professor S.O. Obayopo of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. We thank you very much. He's a member of the local organizing committee. Professor B.O. Akinyemi is also a member. Thank you very much. She's a member of the organizing committee. Dr. Olusoji Ilori, the head of Department of Elect, is also a member of the organizing committee. Dr. Aren Ikono, also a member of the local organizing committee. Dr. T.O. Sholanke, she's a member of the organizing committee. Engineer T.O. Ajayi, he has gone on errands, Sabi. Engineer Ajayi, a member of the local organizing committee. Engineer Rotimi Gbadebo, also a member of the local organizing committee. Thank you very much. Mrs. B.O. Oyesami, and that is our Auditor Director, Auditor General. Thank you very much. Mr. A.O. Adelakun, also a member of the local organizing committee. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, Alhaji W.A. Adegbami, also a member of the local organizing committee. Thank you very much. And on this note, ladies and gentlemen, without necessarily becoming the MC, okay. Yes, sorry. There is a very, very important member of the and environmental engineering, Professor Okunade. Professor Okunade, thank you very much. He's a member of the local organizing committee. Thank you. So at this point, we are going to draw the ceiling on this part one of the program. And we are going to, after the national anthem, we are going to move out into the gardens. And we are going to start the commissioning from the entrance of the garden. From the entrance of the garden, then to the facilities, the lounge, and then the studio. So at this time, I think the national anthem.